either. That's such a nice song. That's such a nice song. It was pulsating in and out like something was pulling power. So I said, let's not take away from the beauty of the song and let it keep on going later on. I'll play this song later on. It seems like everybody seems to love this song. I mean, I love it too, but if you love it, I love it. If you want to hear it, I'll play it. Welcome everyone to another episode of the LANCESCURV podcast or the LANCESCURV show podcast. Either way, it's LANCESCURV. It's me, yours truly, here once again to speak on something that I see, things that I don't like, certain things that I see out here in the world I don't like that are so hypocritical. First of all, not on topic, let me just say that, I was looking at a list of what was trending this morning, and I couldn't believe what I saw. I saw nothing but searches for sports, for football, especially. Number one was a story about the Packers. It had 2 million plus searches. Number two was about the Seahawks. It had 1 million plus searches. Next was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 500,000 plus searches. Number four, I'm doing this for a reason now. A search on the 49ers, 500,000 plus. The only one that broke that cycle was number 5, Cyber Monday deals. What is this, like Black Friday month? Does it go away? Looks like sales are bad, but that was 500,000. Number 6, Jacksonville Jaguars, 200,000 plus. The only one that broke that was the scandal that we're going to talk about. Balenciaga. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that's what it is. I'm going to say it once or twice and leave it alone. That was number 7 at 200,000 plus. Then Justin Fields, sports again, 200,000 plus. Rams versus Chiefs, 200,000 plus. Tennessee Titans, number 10, 200,000 plus. Number 11, Odell Beckham Jr., 200,000 plus. Luke Fickle, 200,000 plus. All sports, South Korea versus Ghana, 100,000 plus. Russell Wilson, number 14, 100,000 plus. Zach Wilson, Broncos versus Panthers. God, dog, Matthew Stafford. So out of the top 17 searches in the world, there were only 2 things that weren't of sports, and one involved Kim Kardashian. Isn't that something? And what was the other one? I forgot. But come on. Is this the kind of thing that we're preoccupied? Right? We're preoccupied with this. And we're on the verge of a nuclear war. We're on the verge of a financial collapse. Not to be a doomsayer. Yes, NFN Shaka, I got that message in the comment section and I answered you back. And anytime you want to come on and express yourself, feel free to do so. This is what this platform is all about. But isn't that something that the main searches is basically about escapism into sports when this is a very serious period in world history? And no matter where you are on the planet, you need to be concerned with the developments of what's going on. And I'm not saying to be so consumed in it where you really can't think. But you need to know what the enemy is doing so you know how to make a counter move for your survival. Because if nukes start going off, even though I don't feel it's going to hit me over here in Ghana, if it lands in New York, if it lands on the East Coast, if it lands on the West Coast, we got a thing called the ocean. And all of that radioactivity or radioactive material is going to go all over the world. So these things will affect us, and we need to be concerned now. Maybe it may not be within our circle of influence, but it's definitely in our circle of concern. We're concerned about these things, but we may not be able to influence them. So some people say, well, if you can't influence them, then why worry about it? Nobody's worrying over here. But you have to think 10 steps ahead. You have to play chess when everybody else is playing checkers and the majority are playing tic-tac-toe. You can't isolate yourself from this stuff. You can't escape from it. And so this is why all of the indulgences in the world are at an all-time high. Money is tight. Economies are crashing. But we sure find ways to get that weed, to get those drugs, to get that liquor. What is that? Liquor? Nigger liquor? Liquor, right? Porn, fornication and adultery and all those good things. We make sure, but at the least of it, we have a culture, especially in America, where we escape through sports. Ain't no football, baseball, basketball, boxing, hockey, soccer/football, as they call it, football in other countries. We call it soccer in America. None of that is going on if those bombs drop, if these diseases keep going around that they're putting out there to force us to take. Oop, let me shut up before I say something and get banned. Ayapo. There's something wrong with my phone where it never rings when you call. I keep seeing these missed calls. I'm like, wait a second. Well, I'm going to call you after the show. But anyway, the escapism. Now we have this Balenciaga scandal. And why did I choose to speak about this? Because I'm not really into celebrity gossip. But I will speak on things that involve the so-called celebrities because none of them are celebrities to me. They're not worth celebrating. They're brainwashing us to think that there's something special. And I hope anyone here does not get insulted when I call Kim Kardashian nothing but a high-class, highly visible Illuminati whore, witch. A witch. A whore. And they're preparing her for something bigger in their world. Mark my words. She almost now, not by me, but she's being received with an air of respectability, it seems like. Well, what talent was she known for? Not that you have to have talent to be morally upright, but she makes many men upright in the past orally. We know that. But is that all you're known for? Is that all your whole family's known for? A bunch of weirdo kooks? Occultists, witches, because nobody that they touch is ever the same. Come on now. You remember up until, I don't know, I don't keep a record on what Kim Kardashian does, but you know she's got athletes and actors that she's done sex tapes with, graphically showing all of her skills. She loves getting her tonsils checked. And now she has an air of respectability, speaking on political, and she's a mother now. Yeah, they say people can change, but she didn't change one bit. She's being positioned. And we're so dumb while we search for sports activities and sports results in sporting events. And our young girls who know and remember and who can bring this stuff up can see how she made her way to the so-called top of their world. But that's not really the top. That's fleeting. That's satanic. So you honor this woman as being somebody of substance. And let me talk about this now. I'm going to read out some bulleted points from this article that took photos of children sporting bondage and domination and S&M type wear. I don't want to put it too big on the thumbnail, but there's one right there. When you see Kim Kardashian's name, where you see the A-S-I in her last name, look above. The little girl, maybe it's a boy, I don't know, but that looks like a girl to me. Look at the teddy bear she's holding and look at the harness that's on the teddy bear. I don't want to pull it in closer or pull it up and put it there before YouTube starts to complain and you don't see me for 2 weeks, because that's just what they do. But it's just enough. And I can find more pictures. And if I do, I'll put them on the blog under this particular video. I'll do that. But the point is made. Kanye West spoke about it, and he said while other celebrities could not speak about it because they're controlled. But let me read these bulleted points that will bring you up to par on this. And I'll put the link on the chat. Okay, let's see here. This is from the dailymail.com of the UK. And it says here, Kim Kardashian refuses to cut ties with Balenciaga after pedophilia scandal, and instead claims she's reevaluating her relationship with brand after finally breaking silence on the bondage, domination, sadomasochistic child images. I've been shaken by the disturbing images. Oh, something can shake you? You're a hypocrite coming out the door. You as good as they come. And I'm not even saying it good as they come, C-O-M-E. I'm spelling it the porno way, C-U-M. You know when you're texting somebody that you're trying to seduce and why don't you come over tonight? I'm saying it that way. It says here on the bulleted point, Kardashian 42 Instagram stories on Sunday with a statement. She said she was shocked and outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns. Moments later, she strengthened her language to disgusted. Kardashian said she is comfortable. The company understands the seriousness. In an additional post, Kardashian said she was reconsidering her relationship with that company. The next point is the fashion house from Spain is suing ad production company North 6 Incorporated. But the thing is, why are you going to sue the production company when you have to A-OK what is put out there? You have the final word. Once that product is finished, as far as the ad campaigns, you let the production company have a little creative freedom according to your boundaries and your constraints. The fights are A-OK. But it's a way of throwing off on someone under the bus. Maybe they went to them and said, hey, listen, to Scarface, we got to throw you under the bus, but we'll slip you a little extra money. So they need to check that money flow. Balenciaga is under fire after publishing photos for their spring 2023 collection. The images show children holding teddy bears with bondage clothing. The brand, modeled by Kardashian, issued a public apology on Instagram. Don't you think for one time that these apologies mean something? Because they knew exactly what that was. Kim Kardashian had to see that campaign, see, for the catalog. And she had no problem with it. As a matter of fact, on Instagram and on Twitter and on maybe Facebook, I'm not sure, but the various social media platforms that she possesses, that she has, they went on for days demanding, Kim Kardashian, you're quiet on this. Why don't you say anything about this? True, what Kanye said, being tongue-tied when it comes to speaking out on these things. So she finally, because she realizes it's bad for business, indirectly can't pressure on her backside, and this will ripple out. Outlook on life. Could you imagine? We talk about Monica Lewinsky, and among other things that she to get to where she has to, between a man and wife, a committed couple, whatever y'all do in the bed, I like receiving those things and I like giving those things too. It's very pleasurable. not somebody who is a sperm receptacle. Babies all day with power for to go higher, and then she beds down a black man who has money or who had whatever, because you know he got strapped away, and now she has children with him because he has these connections. Bigger, she has her connections also. She don't really need him now. But whatever he does in this world, she got them, and it's good. You got to look out for your children, or we'll blast you on social media. But look at her now. Forced. She wasn't intending on doing that, and yet and still, see, look at the world we're living in. Look at the kind of stuff that they're trying to introduce into the subconscious minds of our children. Get you seeing things even that they don't know right now. Wayne, they're being seasoned. So she might speak out on this because it's a good business move, but she was quiet for a while, hoping that it didn't get noticed. But how do you clean this up? I'm quite sure she spoke with advisors and picked every single word out carefully to make sure that this wasn't a bad business deal. There's a little bit more to the article, and I put it down in the description area below, but I'll read some of it. I'm going to take a short nap, and we're going to come back with some more stuff. But here, Kim Kardashian refusing to cut ties with the fashion house Balenciaga. Despite a controversy that saw the company linked to a shoot that placed children alongside themed items. That's bad. I mean, it's out there. Who has been in business with the company for several years spoke out days after it had already apologized for the scandal. So she was holding back. She didn't want to get associated with this. She didn't want to put her hands on it, but she had to. The reality TV star 42 said that while she went up to see the images in the controversial ad campaign, her disgusted? Come on. She had wanted to speak with officials at the designer to understand how it came to be. You know how you got in position, shaken. And you know the agenda of this world is to introduce children to such things, to season their mind. They love to sexualize little boys and little girls way long ahead of their time to be exposed to such things. Not that they need to be exposed at any point in life. Now, if you're an adult and you choose to experiment, dip and dab and do little things, fine, I'm a little freak too. But not the babies, y'all. Not the babies. Clearly embarrassed by their ill-judged campaign, Balenciaga took setting its social media pages clean. That's a sign of guilt. Get rid of the evidence. But you know, people screenshot things and download things. I have been quiet. This is Kim Kardashian now. I have been quiet for the past few days. Not because I haven't been shocked and outraged. I wanted an opportunity, to speak to their team, to understand for myself how this could have happened. That's a damn lie. The Los Angeles born celebrity said in a statement on her Instagram page. Oh, please. You should have got on that right away. She continued, as a mother of 4, I have been shaken by the images. I got something here. Okay, there it is. The safety of children must be held with the highest regard, and anything against it should have no place in our society, period. She subsequently reissued the statement that saw some of the wording changed using stronger language added. Any attempts to normalize child abuse of any kind should have no place in our society, period. Okay. However, on Kardashian said that she is comfortable with how the company reacted to the scandal. I appreciate Balenciaga's removal of the campaigns and apology. See, one hand washes another. In speaking with them, I believe they understand the seriousness of the issue and will take the necessary measures for this to never happen again. That's a damn lie. They're covering for each other. They're both in it. It's about money. In an additional post to both Instagram and Twitter, Kardashian said she was reconsidering her relationship with the fashion brand, but had not yet made any firm decisions. Oh, made any firm decisions. They trying to mess me up out here. As for my future with Balenciaga, I am currently reevaluating my relationship with the brand, basing it off of their willingness to accept accountability for something that should never have happened to begin with, and the actions I am expecting to see them. Okay, this is over. I think that proves the point. She changed the statement to use stronger words. She said that she saw it, but she wanted to make sure she can talk with them about how this happened. No, let's be quiet with this. But yet and still, this is a business move, and I'll prove it. It's a business move because she quickly, after being silent, cleaned it up and distanced herself. She may not have a relationship with them after all of these years. Yes, they sat back, and now they're still in cuffs, sitting on the curb, trying to figure out how they're going to collaborate their story so it doesn't seem like two different things. You know, they separate you to you to tell your story, and the next person tell their story, and it's not going to match. You're going to make yourselves see. That's what happened here. Let me take a little sip. Boy, I talk so much. Throat real quick. Anyway, so now they both want to come out on top with this and continue on. But she lives in a world where children are exploited. She lives in a world in Hollywood where they use kids for sexual things. Slightly buffering? Okay. Let me check this out here. Just let me know again. I'm not going to be long. This is going to be a short one. And I will say that we do have a nice long episode of Ambience coming up. It's actually being worked on right now. And I hope to have it up by maybe around noon or 1 o'clock East Coast time. Maybe a little before that. It all depends on how long it takes for it to go. And that's what's pretty much pulling on my computer to make me buffer a little bit. But we have all of these things going on. We have managers and executives who are using children for sex. You don't think she knows about it with her occultic witch self? But she wants to put ahead a pristine image now that she has kids from this famous, used to be really rich, wealthy black man. And when you understand how people move when they're not black, in the occultic practices, when they want to do their rituals, the black man's sperm is the strongest to get the job done. And I spoke about that before, and it may seem way out, but that's the way it is. So lots of times you see in these porn pages where you can click on any image that you want, just like YouTube. And somebody out there screaming. What the heck? They must be playing because nobody's like he got a knife in his back. Okay, hold on a second. Are they jumping around because they're watching something on TV? No, I think this is a fight. Yeah, they're fighting upstairs. That's why I don't like living in apartment buildings. I can't wait till my house is done. Straight up. Because, you know, usually when they have these soccer games / football games, they go straight crazy. Maybe that could be something. I don't know. Maybe somebody lost a bet. But these houses are made, or these apartments are made with concrete just the same. You're not supposed to hear all of that. I was like, is this a joke? I thought it was somebody outside running down the street. Anyway, I don't know if you all heard it because it was pretty loud. Did you all hear that? I don't need nothing to happen right now because it's pretty hot, and you can't see me right now because it would be pornographic because I don't have anything on except the towel. So I'm not ready to run or fight. You'll just have to hear about me naked fighting somebody. And I ain't trying to lose like that. But anyway, back to that. It's a thing that they're grooming her for something. I really feel that. She has proven herself amongst the ranks of the biggest sperm receptacles in Hollywood. And she's inched her way up and up and up. And I'm quite sure she had no problem on the casting couch, which wasn't casting for a role in anything, but just to move around certain circles. But like I was saying before, and this is kind of off topic, but it's gory, and it's something that I know. I've spoken to several witches. Yes, I know witches too. I don't do witchery, but I know them. All information is good information. It all depends on how you use it. But I was speaking about pornography. Black men who some black men, too many of our black men have this thing. Okay, there's definitely something going on. Somebody's getting their ass whipped. I don't have to say it that way. Unbelievable. And the dude upstairs is a bodybuilder, real tall, really strong guy. I hope it's not him doing it. But they have different people passing through. This is something to be concerned about because it don't sound right. But anyway, let me continue on. This is a really bad fight. Somebody got caught. I'm sorry. Somebody got caught. Yeah, you heard it, right? And this mic really is a mic that will kind of dead out things that are like too far away. Like you got to be close to it, but you can still hear stuff that's loud. Yeah, it's rough. Details at 11, y'all. I will give you the feeling on this. It's not gossip, but it's like, wow. See, tensions and stuff happen here. And I'm going to get back to the other points, but I want to say this. There are many people in the motherland who are quite Americanized, and they're shooting for a life that doesn't exist above their means. And the economy here is really, really bad. I'll say roughly it's gone down below half of what it was within a few months. Within 2 or 3 months, the money dropped. So people who are barely making it, they're not making it right now. The American dollar doesn't get affected if it was maybe 5 or 6 CDs, which not the letter C and D, but CEDI. That is what I would say is the equivalent of the Ghanaian dollar. So if it was 1 for 5, and then it went down to 1 for 15 or 14, let's say 15, that is more than half. It went down a third. So imagine you getting paid and you get the same amount of money as far as the numbers concerned, right? But the buying power goes down to a third within months. That is what's happening here. And I often joke and say the only reason why, well, the only good thing about the white Jesus is that it has so many people scared because they don't want to go to hell. There'd be a lot more crime, a lot more prostitution, but the prostitution has grown out here big time. I've been approached by women who you wouldn't even think they're not streetwalkers. They're people that you know, cashiers in the supermarket, you know, young girls who are, you know, home with their parents or sweeping, keeping things clean, looking after the younger sisters. And they don't come out and graphically say, but you know exactly what they mean when they greet you and they say certain things. When can I come and spend time with you? Just make sure your wife is not around. What does that mean? Come on, you know what that means. It's so hard out here. I need some money. Could you help me? If you help me, I'll help you. And they lick their lips and look down at my crotch. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Nah, it's not going to happen. But here it is. Okay, what are we talking about? about did they remove it? Well, that's a conversation going on down. I didn't see it. I didn't understand it. But anyway, going back to the porn and how many black men have this certain affinity for white women, it's still going on. They hide it because they know it don't look right. They know our sisters deserve better than that they deserve the attention. And yes, and I know some of our sisters can be not right either. But the ones here in this chat room are right. And the ones who watch this show basically are. Right? So now you see all of this porn with these white women giving blowjobs, giving it up all kind of ways. What is that for? Let me tell you something. In New York City, I have been approached this many years ago. In Orlando, there are two guys that I know that have been randomly approached. Man is driving the car. There's a woman in the passenger seat. Hi, how you doing? I'm okay. What's up? Do you know how to get over the Orange Blossom Trail? We seem to be lost. And then you say the directions and they, I can't hear you. Just come a little close. I can't hear you. I have a hearing problem. Now you get closer to the car, but not too close. This is not me now. This is my two friends telling me. And they notice a white lady with no top on or something bunching her breasts up together and heavily made up in the face, and she's looking suggestive. Well, would you like for me to? I would love to suck your cock. We can pull over there and do it. And there are dudes who do this. And they get your sperm. And guess what? They're doing a ritual with it. You think they swallow and they spit it in a cup and they drive it around 10, 15 different guys. And they're using your black man's sperm for their occultic rituals. See, I've been around the block a long time and I've traveled many worlds and I've talked to many people. Yeah, you have freaks out here that may not always be doing that. And I'm sorry to get so graphic, but I had to tell you what it is. So when these white chicks are coming on to you, brothers, don't think they just love you. And sometimes they'll be with you to get a steady supply of what they do behind closed doors with other people. Do not give up your life force like that. Do not give it up. Save it. Be righteous and keep your stuff for your woman that you're going to eventually get or who you have with you already. Work it out. If it's not working out, work it out. But there ain't nothing out there like that if you got somebody good. Trust me, there's a lot of sick shit going on out here. But the world we live in, you mean this is all Kim Kardashian can speak about? This one instance where this company who she's been doing business with for so many years makes a misjudgment? No, not really. Pushing the envelope. And the public outcry is what forced her, because it was ballooning and snowballing up even more. You see what I mean? But she doesn't talk about any other thing now, does she? She doesn't speak about the filthy executives who are in Hollywood who do these things behind closed doors and at these parties. She's not going to whistleblow them because those are the ones that keep her in position, who are going to help to make her go higher and change her imagery. You keep seeing her with these children that she has with Kanye West. And she speaks about being disgusted as a mother. And she's not for anything that involves child abuse. But if you are thinking like a mother from years ago, and I know women have little things they do before they meet that man sometime, but it's not put out all over the world like this. Wait, they screaming again. They're jumping up and down like crazy. It must be. Do you hear that? It must be some kind of game or something. Wait, now they're coming all outside with it now. You can hear it clear now, can't you? Good rising, Sister Miko, Bear Sugar. I'm trying to figure out what this noise is going on upstairs. Let me just say it like the old church lady say, Lord, Lord of Jesus, get me on up out of here. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe somebody died. I don't want to find out and somebody has a gun in their hand. You know what I mean? Right now, let that bad boy cool down. But usually when there's that reaction, you know, it kind of subsides into a lot of crying. But it subsides, and then all of a sudden they start stomping, screaming, yelling. Well, different people take different things different ways. You know, there's a shock where, you know, you scream out or whatever. After a while, it's a lot of crying. Especially when it's like family. And you have family around you, and you kind of hold each other, and you're crying, and it doesn't work that way. To what they're doing upstairs. There's no game going on. This is during the week. You know what I mean? It wasn't like this big game that they had on Saturday. Or was it Thursday? I think they had it. Yeah, Thursday. That's a wrap. Well, like I said, it's hypocritical. She's not sincere. And with these so-called celebrities that are put out to the street, put out to the world, pushed in your head day in and day out, you know, it's to brainwash you, and we get brainwashed with these images. Kim Kardashian by no means is a saint, and she'd have to do a lot of clean living to change that over. You know, I just don't understand it. What are they going to do? Let me just say it here first. They have the whole Kanye West thing going on, right? And then he's hanging around with right-wing racist entities. And then they groom her as this good woman who kept the kids and kept the home together, but she got rid of him after he said the Jew thing. And right before it's time to campaign for president, she takes him back in. And now they're a whole family again with this Cinderella story. And then she will say how she can't stay away from this great man. They had a low moment that was very public. And then he announces that he's running for president. Because if you notice, he has the Yay 24 situation going on. No, I cannot take this call right now. Yeah. He has the hat. He has the shirt. Yay 24. He did say he wanted to run for president. I don't know. But we're being manipulated into thinking certain things, and just be careful what's put in your mind. I'm not going to stay on that much longer. I want to check out what's going on upstairs without going up there and getting in these windows and see what's going on. And I've been up since the last stream that we had last night, so I didn't get any sleep yet. I got up and took care of some business up in the mountains and came back down, and here I am. But that kind of threw me off. I can keep on talking, but I want to see really what's going on. And I'll be back this evening. I'm going to take a little nap. I'm going to wake up and come right back live again and record some things. And again, we have ambience that's going to be on. Again, I can't tell you exactly what time, but it's rendering at 79% right now. Then once it's rendered, we have to upload it. Then once it's uploaded, it has to process, and they do checks for copyright. But it's not going to be much too long. I'm going to stay up so I can hit this to go up on YouTube and let it go through its processes and set a time. And when the time is set, you'll see it premiering at that time. And it's pretty good from what I'm hearing. I listened to it and as I made the banners and stuff like that. So I love to have this work coming at me. Beatrice Noel was going to have something. The elder Rasan Delay gave me a call over the weekend, and he wants me tomorrow. I don't know exactly what time, but we're going to do it. And of course, tonight we have Positive Angela. It'll probably be midnight Eastern Standard Time, or maybe even 1 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No. 1 o'clock for me. I'm sorry. 1 o'clock for me, which means it's going to be 8 o'clock for Eastern Time. 8 o'clock for Eastern Time. She changes it. I don't know the title, but I'll make that later on. But every Monday night we will have Positively Angela, and you know she's awesome. She's positive. She breaks it down. She breaks the law down, and she leaves you feeling like you have little wings on your feet, like you can just walk in the air and fly away. Very positive sister. She's going places in this life with the way she talks, you know. Yeah, okay. Okay. So it is a soccer game. Yeah. And God has been playing a lot of soccer. I hear they're gonna go against South Korea soon and all this stuff. So I guess this is not like a once every, it's a season going on. So man, there was a lot of noise because they're always screaming. I'm like, wait a second. Are they fighting up there? Because I didn't hear any laughing. Yes, yes, yes. But I haven't made the link yet, but it'll be 8 o'clock tonight. And I will, when I wake up, I'm going to do some things. Something's going to tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, talk about this. But whenever I talk about these celebrities, there's always an angle behind it. It's never just, I want to talk about celebrity gossip. But I can see, and as you can see, it's business for them. And they're all with this child foolishness. Why doesn't Kim Kardashian come out and speak about how they're doing this? What do you call it? Sex therapy, this kind of thing where you're talking to these young teenagers who want to change their sex. They don't even know what regular sex is, right? But because something's in their mind and they're encouraging this thing, why don't she speak out against that? She can't do that because she'll step on somebody's toes. But to clean her act up after there was public outcry. But there's still public outcry for all that other foolishness. That transgendered stuff pushed on children and teaching them these things from elementary school and having a big tranny sit up in the classroom and teach them foolishness like this. Only thing they use their genitals with is to pee. And you teaching them this stuff. Teach them how to handle money. They never teach us in these schools how to handle money and invest money. Not to make it our God, but it's just as important as breathing as long as you're in this system. Why don't they teach the children how to keep a home together? We used to have home economics in school. We had to learn to sew and cook and repair things and budget and stuff like that. They took that out. They took the arts out, music and art. They don't want you to have a connection with music. They want you to listen to their music. That's infused with messages and vibrations to bring you on a lower vibration. And the arts. Haven't you noticed, and I've said this before, that all revolutionaries that we've known and unknown, whether they're local and you just know them, they have a creative side. And that creative side, by dabbling in the arts, is what makes them think outside the box to cause a revolution in the first place. So if you stop them from thinking out the box and really getting into their creative side, you stop a revolutionary from budding and coming forth and springing forth dead in their tracks. They want you all to be cookie cutter entities that obey the powers that be and the governments that rule the earth in a wicked way while trying to act like they're on your side. They're not on your side. They're not on your side. Like that dude that's using that chick that got a little money in her bank account. He's busy running around all over the town, taking all the women out on her money. And when she gets a sniff of it, oh, baby, you know I love you. That's how the government does us. And they wonder why we don't trust them. The Tuskegee experiment, among other things, and so many other experiments that we'll never know, where they used our lives as guinea pigs. So now, is it any surprise that we don't trust what you're trying to push on us now? We ain't stupid. Some of us give in, but we're being bombarded from so many different angles. But one thing I'm glad about is the public outcry against this, where they demanded her to say something. She slipped out of it, though. They both slipped out of it. The company did too. We're going to sue the production company. So who AOK'd this to go out in the first place? The production company has the power to put it out beyond your approval. You see what I'm saying? We got to watch these things. And after a while, we don't really have to watch it once we get the sense of how this world works. I'm just saying this for the people who don't know. Who would think, oh no, they can't do that. You know, you always have some person in a break room at work who always says something damn stupid to show how dumb they are. And they're looking at you like they know something. They don't know a damn thing. And you don't want to waste the time to explain to them. And even if you could prove it to them, they're still going to refuse to listen. And it irks you to let this fool go on with what they're saying. They're so far ahead of us with the wicked things that they're doing to us as a society and black community, because they're always sticking their needles in us and they're always doing experiments on us. And this is what I say again, I'm gonna keep saying it. They have tapped in to our spirituality. Yes, Midnight Green, I will get my rest. My voice is going a little bit. I've been talking all night. But listen, they have tapped into things that we're not aware of. This little smartphone that most people worship. And now we have smart homes coming, smart communities coming. That's the trap. They already know all about us already. The dude that shot up that Walmart, they may say he was crazy, but maybe he wasn't crazy. He might have been pushed until he couldn't take it no more, but he didn't want his picture on social media. And they say he put tape over the cameras. What did he know? Sometimes we can be driven to madness slowly but surely. And those who are oblivious to what we have gone through think we're crazy. They called Kanye West crazy. They called Martin Lawrence crazy when he was running around with a pistol, running around down in Hollywood, talking about they're trying to kill me. You don't hear nothing from him no more. And he's all right. Dave Chappelle upped and didn't want to get that $50 million contract and came out here to Africa. They thought they wanted to put out there that he was crazy. It's very dismissive. Don't just always say somebody's crazy. They may act in a way that you don't understand, but don't write them off like that unless they straight crazy. Unless they're in the street taking a dump in their hand and rubbing it on their face like a mud mask. Now that's something to be questioned. And I've seen that when I worked in a jail. Are you going to go in there, Scurvin? Yeah, I'm going to go in there. A bunch of us going to go in there. He ain't going to get no doodle on me. Homeboy got gingerbread cookies lined up against the floor. He formed out of doodle and put mayonnaise right, put the face on the ketchup. I'll never forget that. That drove me crazy. It looked real too. How did I start talking about that? But be very careful, and they will call you crazy when you're on to truth and onto a truth that they don't want you to expose. And this is why you have to purchase Brother Ayapo's books, because you see, websites can be altered. They have attacked my website several times after the Irritated Genie show. And the company that I use, to the alternative company that I use, other than YouTube, to put the stuff up on my site, they suspended it and took down all the videos that were there. But I still have them other places. But the Irritated Genie episode is still on my site, on even yet another platform. And the audio is all over the place. And any show that's ever been taken down of mine, the audio is all over the place. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify. What else? About Podbean. Things you've never heard of before. And they're repeated in different countries. So even it's beyond me. But they will try to censor you and keep any good word that you have from getting out there and getting exposed. So remember, books are the way. When you got good knowledge, you want those books. Yeah, they can try to burn them down by burning your house, but they're not going to find you that quick. But a website, certain websites they can't touch, but they can damn sure stop it from getting out there. They can damn sure stop it, people from finding you on Google. Don't trust them that much. You think once you get your website up, there's some days my website doesn't even get one hit, and it's out there. And I know when they're experimenting. And I have a plugin, and I'm going to say it because they can't get past it, that stops them from logging in. Certain people, certain entities, and they've been trying day and night. Went in and rearranged things to let me know we can get in there to a point. So I'm on their hit list, little old me, because they know I'm not stopping to promote truth amongst us It ain't about me being no star. I'm just a servant for my people, and that's what I do. And after I finish serving on this show, I'm going to lay down, take a nap, get up, get something to eat, and come right back over here again and find something that's important to talk about, no matter what the angle. But when you do speak on something that's trending, this is the strategy. You talk about it and you give your spin on it. So when you have all of the new people who just want to hear Kim Kardashian gossip, they get hit with some truth after a while. That's my technique. I will talk about some rappers and things that go on in the world. I'm not just going to talk about philosophical things and that's it. What them young folks out there searching for stuff and they have their voids inside of them and they hear one of these podcasts that we do and they get a little bit of truth and say, yeah, you know, I got to think of it this way now. I never thought of it that way. See? Yeah, you're right, Pauline. Alexa, turn on the light. Now, this is the other bit of intel that I found out, and I don't know how to really and exactly explain it, but the governments of the world, if and when they choose to shut down or limit the internet, will still be able to communicate all over the world, worldwide, through those, I forgot what you call it. Hold on one second. Yeah, man, I'm on the show. Who's that? Hold on a second. What the hell's going on? Yeah, man. You, you're right. Huh? Good afternoon. I'm on a live show right now, man. Oh, yeah, that's okay. What's up? What you need? Oh, don't worry about that, man. Everything was right upstairs. I heard him just get me. This one I'm going through. Oh, it's a match. Okay. All right, man. I'll talk to you. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. I don't like really people knowing my rhythms like that, but it's a gentleman that lives upstairs. Nice guy and everything, but he started calling me before while he was coming up the steps. I guess he can hear me out this window and it's closed. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it down in about another 8 minutes or so. But yes, they're using the doorbells, these smart doorbells that you can use your phone and see who's ringing your bell. They're using those. They're using Alexa. They're using certain surveillance systems that, when I say use it, they may not use a signal like a Wi-Fi across the land. But if there's a house 5 miles from you that has one, it will connect up and they can watch everything all over. It's hard for me to explain it. I'm going to find this article, and there was a video put out, a very serious video, not a quackery doomsday thing, but a very factual video that was put out there to educate the people on that. And they were like, listen, this is not going to stay up too long. But what I'm saying again is that what we have in our hand is primitive to what they have. And they slowly upgrade these phones. And every year we get something else that we can do, more storage, more reach, more this, a different app, or it can do this. And we're like a little kid with a toy in our hand, being distracted. And just like I said in the beginning of the show, when I checked what's trending, the top 17 things right now that's trending is all about sports, except for 2 things, or actually 1. And just to let you know, my neighbor who knocked the door, it's a game going on upstairs. I thought they were fighting. I didn't hear any laughing or anything else. They were jumping. Oh, I got the New York in me, man. When you hear that much screaming, you waiting to hear bullets flying. I know it's concrete floors, but I'm like, how do I know what, you know what I mean? I'm like, I just ran out the house naked. But like I say, nature's the only way. Because these people, they're hell-bent on running the world into the ground and taking every bit of joy that you can have. It's almost like they're envious of the joy that we have in our hearts by living a natural life and knowing what the real deal is as far as the hierarchies and orders in this world. that we want no part of, that we identify with as far as all of the evil that is out there. But we have to deal with it because we're in it. But let's just keep ourselves informed and aware. And again, live in balance. Again, don't let it overtake you. Again, don't let it take your joy, the joy of a beautiful sunrise and sunset, the joy of a beautiful meal, the joy of that gut-busting laugh that you have with people face to face, your family, your friends, whether you have them labeled or not, even those strangers that you pass by on the bus stop or just in the supermarket that has a good spirit. Vibrate with them. That's the only way to do it. We've become so distant from each other. We're into the phones more than we're into the person we're married to or committed to. We sleep with our phones. We wake up if we don't feel it near us. We panic. If we're walking just to the corner store and leave our phone, we're going to turn around and get it. We can't live without it. It's a tool for me. But there are many times I put it down and shut it off and leave it alone. That's why I can last so long on social media like I do every day. Because there's a part of my life that will never, ever touch or have access to. It's very, very important that we have it that way. Because they want to desensitize us, dehumanize us, strip us of our life force and our very soul for their energy, for their use. What we have as melanated people, they're envious of it. For some reason, even if we can't figure it all out right now, they can have all the money and riches, but there's something about us that they're jealous of. They know something about us. That's why they flipped out with Kanye, aka Ye, or Kyrie. Just the mere mention, they got to make an example to make you afraid to go to try to find out who you really are. Whether it's that or not, they don't want that spirit to begin in the young folks. Because their schools of education are really schools of indoctrination. And they want to put the fear in you that you just don't go there. You can have everything else. We can afford you everything else and put a cap on it. If we sense that you have that spirit of a revolutionary that would take their wealth and take their sword and chop their head off with it. So understand it's much more than what you see on the surface. They want to keep you on the surface. They want to keep you in a lower desire. They want to keep you killing yourself for overtime to get that brand new vehicle when one that is much less in price will suffice. They want to keep you lusting after women because it's a natural desire, but they want to turn it into something unnatural. Not to get biblical or Quran, but they say that Satan comes to people in the straight path. So here you are walking the straight and narrow, you're going to have more temptation than anybody else because they don't have you. But those winos on the corner, those whorish men running around, they just laughing because they in their element and they have that temporary degraded joy. And they ain't letting go of that. So the evil forces of the world ain't gonna mess with them. You want to have people shove cake and all kind of high calorie foods in your mouth? Say that you're on a diet. Say that you're starting the gym. Well, come on and eat one piece. It won't hurt you. Just go ahead. Wait a second, you wasn't offering me all this food before until I said I was going to try to improve my physical being. What's wrong with you? You see? So it's just a strange world we live in, but it's not really strange. We just have to know how to navigate in it. Navigating in the shark-infested waters on a mental level, on a spiritual level, and sometimes a physical level. If they can't get your mind and they can't get you on a spiritual level, you will be attacked physically. Trust me. It happens that way. But you got to be ready on all fronts. And when negativity comes at you to kill and destroy, you better be ready to kill it back and destroy it back. I don't care what man's law says, but when somebody's trying to take you out, You have no other prerogative but to go one step up on the force matrix and do away with the threat. I'm ready. You ain't gonna take my joy. You ain't gonna take the peace of mind that has taken a lifetime to attain. You can throw your words and try to confuse me. They'll bounce off like bullets off Superman's chest. I've been at this thing called life too long as a black man. And they know I have no play inside of me. So even though I might have a little platform, they know I'm that one guy who will deliver that death blow. So for however long I have on this earth and this level, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I ain't going to stop. So I'm going to take this nap. I'm going to take this nap, and I'm going to wake up, and we're going to repeat the process. But I have ambience coming soon. All right. Okay. The file is complete. I don't know how long it's going to be, but judging from the length of it, in my years of doing this, and if I hit this up, it might be up within 2 hours, 3 hours. If it's 2 hours, it'll be 11 o'clock for the East Coast. If it's 3 hours, it'll be noon. So as I speak, let me find it. No, I'll do it right after I'm done. This is going to be a few more minutes. But again, I want to thank you for your support and just being here and vibing with us and having our conversations here. As always, when you're at a loss for my presence, when they snatch me down, always go to LANCESCURV.com. The latest videos will always be up there at the very second they're posted. I have a plugin that does that directly from YouTube. I do a lot of YouTube shorts, so don't be confused. I'll be doing the categorization better on the actual homepage, but I do have the homepage of YouTube of LANCESCURV laid out pretty good. All the different playlists are there. Too much that I have that I can't have everybody featured on the front, but on the bottom, I have it where I have some of the playlists grouped. So they're all there. Miko, you're still there, but you go down and dig and you see all your shows. And if you want to add one on, just let me know. Anybody who's ever done. I know we're all busy and we have things to do. So this is a collective. So whenever you want to do something, you let me know. My contact, yeah, it's time for a nap. My contact information is below right now. Boom, there it is. You can dial directly or you can dial through WhatsApp on the American number that starts out with 407. I have a Ghanaian number that's down in each video, the description area. You see, so you can get me that way, or lance@lancescurv.com. We will have our other sister that came onto the show that is a minister, but broke it down real. She's going to be coming on for a full episode. I'm going to have her on regular. I have to give her respect and I have to give that open apology. I handled her real rough when she came on when I saw that name. I said, oh God, another religious fanatic who just wants to, and it didn't end up being that way. You know? She really came off, and I have to respect her for the work that she's doing because she keeps it real. Anyway, let me put a little music on. Let me ease on out of here and work on this ambience and just check back in the community section or on the page of LANCESCURV on YouTube, and you'll see it there. And it should be up by noon or 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right. So let me run. I'm glad it was a game they were jumping around about upstairs because it was getting kind of scary to me. They're very passionate about that. The whole country's passionate about that. When a game is on, you don't see anybody. People call out from work. They don't go nowhere. It's like a holiday. They take this bad boy serious. I got to get used to that. Anyway, much love to you all. Ambience is going to be up next. Just check back another hour and a half. Maybe you'll see. And I'll be back later on. And I'll do some recorded things and have some stuff to throw up. But we're going to definitely go in on a live later on, a little longer than this one. Okay? Much love to you all. Take care. Enjoy your day. One more time. Oldie but goodie. Haven't played this in a while. Then we're going to wrap it down. Thanks so much. Whoever I missed, much love to you.
Why are we dumb and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly that before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So, my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and firewater. Tricks and lies, he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise, on his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. white man heaven is a black man hell.